Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky regular meeting, City Hall, February 4th, 2025, at 4:30 p.m. First, we're going to have an invocation, and we're going to have a pledge of allegiance. And if you will, if you can. Dear Heavenly Father, I lift up to you our city, our state, our nation, and our world. Thank you for our leaders and those that are willing to serve our government. I also thank you for our first responders and those who courageously put themselves in harm's way to protect and serve, and I pray for their safety. I pray that you will guide our decisions made by our city leaders and that we can choose wisely, not according to our personal desires, but according to your will. Thank you for your many blessings, and we ask this in your holy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Get everything straight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest with us tonight, and I've asked him to come take some of my time, and he's going to address our city. And this is a mentor of mine growing up, especially when I was in 4-H, and we get to go to WKU campus, and I would get to be amongst college university students, especially at the Ag Center. And I am introducing Dr. Luther Hughes. He was the head of department, Western Kentucky University, for 13 years and 10 years as vice president. He has 35 years of teaching at 4 different universities and over 11,000 students he's impacted. He was a professor, professor of the year at Western Kentucky University. And in addition to the professor, he has received the State Professor of the Year award. It is my honor to recognize and welcome Dr. Luther Hughes.
Well, thank you very much, and I want to thank all of you for your willingness to serve and run an election and be elected and all of those things. I appreciate your service that you give to the city. And I will say, I've known the mayor a long time. His father's a very good friend of mine, and he and I have been to Jamaica about 7 times, putting in small irrigation projects for small Jamaican families who just needed help to be able to raise a garden and grow food. And so I've known his father a long time. I appreciate being able to be here for a few minutes. No one has had a better career in life than I have. And I'm very grateful for that. And I thank God for that, as a matter of fact. But I want to tell you also, I'm very proud that I've been involved with the leaf composting project with the city. And I want to tell you a little bit about that. I think I'm the last living person who knows the history of this project. And I've been diagnosed after 3 surgeries recently with stage 4 cancer. So I know my life in the future is limited, and I'm okay with that. But I'm really happy to talk about the leaf composting, and just would like for you to know a little bit of history about it. In September of 1987, 37 years ago, my wife Brenda and I were hosting just a group of friends that were in our Bible study class at church. And one of the people that was in that group was Bill Hayes. Now, at that time, Bill Hayes was the Public Works Director for the city of Bowling Green, and he was there. And we happened to be seated side by side in our home, and I said to him, Bill, what is the greatest problem that you face in your position as Public Works Director in Bowling Green? He didn't hesitate. He said, it's all of these millions of pounds of leaves that we now load into trucks, mini trucks, and take to the landfill in Butler County. And he said it's costing us thousands of dollars, and it's just the biggest problem I have. So being perhaps naive at the moment, I said, well, why don't you let me compost all of those leaves at the Western Kentucky University farm? Well, he jumped on that in a heartbeat. And he said, well, you write a grant proposal and have it, this was on Friday night, and have it ready for me to see and present at the city commission meeting on Tuesday. So I spent the weekend writing a grant proposal, and it was unanimously approved by the city commission and the mayor. And I made one huge mistake, and I'm going to tell you the mistake I made. I had another faculty member, Dr. Robert Schneider, who I grieved a little because he passed away recently, but he was my right-hand man for many years in this project, many years. I didn't put in the budget that I submitted any money for labor, for work. And so I will say he and I, and we kept up with it, he and I each spent over 2,000 hours in this project, and we didn't get paid. And at times we would think, are we stupid? And we decided occasionally that we probably were for that period of time and over many years period of time. But we felt we were doing something that was useful, and so we just did it, and we're happy to do it. And I'm happy with the results. But anyway, he let me know that at that time, 1987, he thought there were in the neighborhood of 8 to 12 million pounds of leaves each year that was going to the landfill. And so I was proposing, and did propose, that we compost all of those leaves and recycle them. So for 37 years, we've had this recycling program with the city, about 10 million, plus or minus a few 100,000 maybe pounds. And if you total that for 37 years, it is almost, not quite, but almost 1/2 billion, with a B, pounds of solid waste that has not gone to the landfill. Now, how important is that? Well, at the time, shortly after we started this project, I was on the Warren County Solid Waste Committee, and Warren County was under not a directive, that's too strong, but I'm going to say a directive to reduce waste to go into the landfill. And in fact, in the year this was started, I don't remember the amount the state asked that Warren County reduce their solid waste. I just know that the leaf composting recycling program got Warren County in the limit that the state wanted with that 10 million pounds per year. Bill Hayes also reported at that time, and it was in the Daily News and WBKO, that the way everything was being handled with going to the landfill, it was costing several $100,000. And he said probably as much as $200,000 was the cost of taking everything to the landfill. So if you want to calculate 37 years, and if we're able to save, and if that's a correct number, $200,000 per year savings, then that's somewhere between $3 and $7 million that this project has saved the city. Now again, those were numbers from 1987, so I suspect those numbers, as far as dollars, might be more today. Well, I'll go back to the amount of effort that we were putting into it. At one point, my wife Brenda said, "Luther, do you realize this is the 22nd consecutive Saturday that you've been out there on the university farm working on this project from daylight to dark?" And I knew what I was doing. I knew I'd spent that, and it continued. And you maybe don't know too much about composting, and that's okay too, but if you stack up millions of pounds of leaves and just leave them there, they will rot. They'll just rot. And if you're familiar with piles of rotting material, it stinks to high heaven. But if you compost it, you have to aerate it, and we did that with not enough equipment that we had, but we had a front-end loader, and you just pick up a big front-end loader load and dump it, pick up another one. We did thousands of those. to get air into the system so that it does not have an odor, or it doesn't have an offensive odor. So that's what we did, but we finally were running out of equipment. We just didn't. The old Army surplus loader that we had gotten just was not adequate to keep repaired all the time. And somehow, I don't know how, I really don't know how, Senator McConnell found out about our project, and he came out and spent 2 or 3 hours at the project, and we explained to him what we were doing, and I just said, we need a new piece of equipment. He said, what do you need? I said, a new front-end loader, $125,000. And see, he said, well, write a grant proposal, submit it to the Small Business Administration, and we'll see what we can do. Well, you would know the end of that story. He did fund it, and it doesn't matter to me what you think about Senator McConnell and him. He saved the project at that moment with $125,000 a grant that we received, and so I was very appreciative of that. But that was an important part of the history. We've had over 100 communities come and visit the project to see what they could learn from it, and several have initiated somewhat similar programs. But I want to say to you, 500 million pounds of material that did not go to the landfill. That is a huge recycling program. And I don't know this, and I should have been checking, but I haven't. It might be the largest recycling program in Kentucky. If it's not, it's certainly a big one that has recycled 500 million pounds. And so, again, I am just very, very proud of that. And I know you all are involved in handling finances for the city of Bowling Green, and I know that the leaf composting project is a project you have to think about. But I believe it's been a very, very successful program. And again, my colleague, who is now deceased, but Dr. Robert Snyder, he and I worked hand in hand for more than 10 years on the project. And I'm very grateful that he was able to handle, he knew everything about machinery and how to repair machinery, and we had a lot of repairs, and he took care of it. And I knew the science and the biology of composting, and so the two of us worked extremely well together. So regarding finances and the cost of this program, there is an alternative. There's an alternative. You can stop the leaf pickup program, let the citizens of Bowling Green put 10 million pounds in plastic bags, and then let Scott Waste take it to the landfill. There's not much of another alternative. But again, I'm just proud that we kept all the plastic bags and we recycled 10 million pounds per year. And let me quickly say also the first year, we knew we had a good product. We knew it was marketable, but who would buy it? And so the first Saturday we were open for the sale of this material, and we had had great publicity by the Daily News and WBKO. They announced when we were going to be open. So the first Saturday, I'm a nervous wreck. We're going to go out there and nobody will come. And I drove back there early in the morning, and when I popped over the hill to the site, there were 7 trucks already lined up, waiting to be loaded. And so we loaded those 7 and hundreds and hundreds more in the following Saturdays of that year and in the 37 years since then. And it's been a very marketable product. We've loaded small trucks, small trailers, large trucks, semi-trucks. All kinds of quantities were needed by different people. And I think some were landscapers who bought it and then resold it. That was great for their landscaping projects. So two people come to mind who were so supportive. And Joe Denny was one, and he came out to the university farm to observe this project at least 10 times. He would stand out there while we were loading these trucks, and he told me one day, we're going to name this project for you. Well, that didn't bother me one way or the other. But I appreciated the fact that he, as a city commissioner at that time, came out and just to observe what was going on. And then Patsy Sloan was another one who supported this project extremely well, and I am grateful for that. So back to the alternative of stopping the program. If you do that, then I think a lot of waste in plastic bags will go to the landfill, and that's a choice. I also believe a lot of the leaves won't be picked up, and so they'll be in the street. And if you've ever been around decaying leaves when they get wet, it's very slippery. And so I think that's a little bit of an issue, would be slippery streets. And then I would be a little concerned that a good bit of the leaves that might be somehow get to the streets deliberately by residents or just fall from the trees, they would be washed into the groundwater drain systems, and I don't know what kind of problem that is. But again, I just want to say I'm thankful that you listened to me for a few moments, and I'm proud of this program, and what you do with it in the future, it won't have any impact on me because I won't be here very long, and I know that. But that's what I wanted to say, that I'm appreciative of the support the city gave us, in spite of the fact that I didn't put any funds for people who worked. It was a good job. We loved the project, Dr. Schneider and I, and I'm just thankful for this opportunity to share this with you, and thank you also very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hughes. I appreciate it. Dr. Hughes, thank you for your time tonight, your insight, your vision, your fortitude, most important, your sweat equity for you and many that put a lot of time and effort to make this program successful for the last 37 years. We're grateful, and £500 million, that's quite a lot to ponder, and it went back to good use, and as being a son of a soil conservationist, I think that's the greatest use you can imagine. Thank you.
And with your permission, I do need to leave also.
Granted, yes, sir. All right, Mrs. Jackson, will you please provide a roll call, please?
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Beasley Brown.
Here.
Mayor Alcott.
Here. All right, Mr. Meisel, at this time, I know we have a special event. I'm going to let you tee it up, and I believe we're going to have our screens come on as well, maybe?
Thank you, Mayor. So we want to honor a special lady today that retired as of January 31st, Miss Jean Hurt. She's also known as Miss Jean to many, and so she's worked for the city for over 67 years, which is unimaginable in my mind, just to think about that, working at one place for 67 years. But she started in May of 1957 under Mayor Lampkin at the time, and worked in this building. That's back when we only had one building down here on campus, and everybody was in that one building. And so she was a school teacher. She would come in after school and work a couple hours after school. Her main job was to do bank reconciliations, and I don't know if any of you all have ever done a bank reconciliation, but it's not much fun. It's a lot of number crunching, and she was unbelievable at it and would balance to the penny every month. When I was in finance years ago, I never had any worries that we were always balanced to the books matched the bank account. And so Jean is watching us right now. I talked to her earlier this afternoon. She's got some friends over, some fellow retirees, Wilma Brown, our former comptroller, and Brenda Webb, former executive assistant to me when I was CFO, and to Katie in finance. They're watching her, with her, as well as her daughter. I believe she's in Paris, Kentucky. Hopefully she's tuned in or will watch this later. But we've got a special presentation, and just want to tell Jean congratulations for these 67, almost 68 years. And I think, Mayor, you've got a proclamation that you'll cover here, and then we can play the messages we've got from the employees to send to Jean. So, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Beisel. Ms. Jean Hurt, if you're watching, the Office of City, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Mayor, the City Commissioners proclaim Jean Hurt Day, January 31st, 2025. Jean Hurt, Miss Jean, so many affectionately call her, started her career at the city on May 1st, 1957. Jean was on the docent of Kentucky Museum for 10 years and volunteered to assist in limited English-speaking children at Bowling Green Junior High School. She was also a longtime board member of the Bowling Green Warren County Welfare Center. Jean began her career working in this very city, City Hall. She was responsible for reconciling the city's bank accounts to the penny each and every month. Over the course of her career, she's worked for 17 mayors, beginning with Lampkin, also along with countless commissioners and employees. During her time at the city, she witnessed John F. Kennedy give a speech on the very City Hall steps outside the City Hall from the second floor window. We declare January 31st, January 2025, 67 years of service. We thank you for your service, Jean Hurt, and we show you this special presentation. Jean, on behalf of all the mayors, and I think about the mayors that you've served over the last 65 years, it's been wonderful to serve with you, and thank you so much for your continued service, your lifetime dedication to serve our city. We're so happy for you. We wish you well on your continued retirement, and God bless you.
Jean, congratulations on your 67 years of service to the city of Bowling Green. It's just not going to be the same with you retiring, but thank you so much for dedicating your career to our community.
Hello, Jean. It's Robbie. Well, I want to say congratulations on your retirement. I wanted to talk a little bit about the past 8 years in working with you. After Aaron, you were the first person to welcome me to the accounting department for the city of Bowling Green. And I remember how you demonstrated teamwork and your loyalty and your dedication to the department, and always looking out for the citizens, the taxpayers of Bowling Green.
Even without saying anything back, you knew how to comfort me and let me know how much you cared. And I think the unique thing, Jean, about you and your position is that there could be 100 people here that could tell that same story of the people that you made that connection with, and they felt that strong and deep connection with you enough to know that they love you and that they're going to miss you, and you impacted their lives so completely. And whether it be your students or those of us that have worked with you here at the City of Bowling Green. So you'll be very missed. Thank you so much for being not a coworker, but a friend and somebody that I care deeply for. So thank you, Jean. Love you, miss you, and look forward to seeing you after your retirement.
Congratulations on your retirement, Jean.
Thank you for your 67 years of service to the city.
We wish you well, and we are going to miss you.
Jean, just want to congratulate you on your retirement. I can't believe this day is here. We're going to miss you so much. I just going to remember all the good times we had, all the talks you and I would have when I was over in finance, the wisdom, discernment you would give me when I needed it on different things. And you've always been like family to me and my family.
Hey Jean, this is Angela, and I'm just wanting to wish you a happy retirement. Of course, I'm definitely going to miss coming over and talking to you about my hairstyles and talking about life, the kids. I wish they could be here today to wish you a farewell as well, but of course they're in school. I just want to let you know that I do appreciate you for listening to me the many times I've been over in your office, laughing together and giving the kids donut coupons. We really appreciate it, and I'm going to miss you so much.
Hi, Jean. This is Brent Belcher with Bowling Green Parks and Rec. Wow, what a career. Unbelievable. You set the precedent and the bar extremely high. I've got 30 years and you've more than doubled me, so I don't know what to do anymore, I tell you what. But thank you for being you, setting an example for all of us, helping us at Parks and Rec in all these years. Tremendous job, and all I can tell you is that big shoes to fill, but thank you very much. Congratulations.
Hey Gene, I'm excited for your retirement. I kind of thought I was going to beat you to retirement, but you know, you're beating everybody to us.
Hi Miss Jean, I just wanted to wish you a congratulations on your retirement after 67 years to the city. It has been an honor to get to work with you the last 10 years with my time at the city.
You know, we're not going to be seeing you anymore on campus, but we're still here. We love you, wish you the best, so you holler at us if you need us.
Miss Jean, we just wanted to wish you well into a much-deserved retirement. We appreciate you keeping us in line all these years at NCS, and we'll miss you a bunch.
Miss Jean, we want to thank you for everything that you do for us, for those around us, and really just making Bowling Green a special place and being a part of the city for so many years. Thank you for everything. We wish you the best.
Hey Jean, Amanda here. Just want to say congratulations on 67 years. That is incredible. You are incredible. I've never met anybody like you, Jean.
Hey Jean, it's been fun. I cannot imagine this workplace without you. I want to first off just thank you so much for being an amazing mentor and inspiration to me personally, and also to the endless school children and coworkers and friends throughout the years. I'm always going to cherish our times together, Jean, and love all the wonderful memories and times that we've had together. And I'm going to try each day to live my life a little bit more like Jean. You have fought the good fight, and it has been incredibly impressive. May God bless you, your beautiful family, and I guess instead of stopping by your office to chat with you, I guess I'll be coming over to your house with dinner. Love you.
Hi Jean, congratulations so much on your retirement. Thank you so much for all your years of service to the city and everything you've done for the city, for the finance department, and for all of us, your coworkers. We're going to miss you so much. We already do. It's so strange when you're not in the office, and it will be strange not having you next door to me every day.
Thank you, Miss Jean, for all your years of service to the city of Bowling Green. Congratulations on your retirement.
Jean, sure gonna miss seeing you, and I hope you enjoy your time, and please keep in touch and let us know how you're doing.
Hi Jean, congratulations on your retirement. 67 years of service is remarkable. So proud of you, and thank you for all your hard work, for being such a wonderful coworker and a dear friend. I love you lots.
Hello, Jean. I wanted to take this opportunity to tell you congratulations on your retirement. It is well deserved. I know you are going to be missed at the city. I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Hello, Miss Jean. Congratulations on a well-deserved retirement. It sure has been a joy working with you and learning of all the historical things that you've witnessed and the growth that you've witnessed and all of the changes that happened. Just, it must be phenomenal to think back on all the things that you have seen and done and helped with the city. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we're going to miss you so much.
Jean, I understand you have finally decided to retire from your position with the city of Bowling Green. You are a true legend when it comes to serving the citizens of our fine city through your dedicated work in the city finance department. It was my pleasure to work side by side with you and to witness your dedication and your passion for getting your work completed on time, month after month, for well over 50 years. I hope and pray that you can enjoy your retirement and that everyone you've come in contact with throughout your work experience with the city will be as grateful for you as I am for being a dedicated, trustworthy, and loyal city employee. May God bless you and care for you in your retirement. With all of my love and appreciation, your friend and co-worker, Kirby Ramsey.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Miss Jean Hurt. Today is you, and or today is all about you, and congratulations.
For those of you all that did not know that last gentleman on there, that was Mr. Kirby Ramsey. He was our CFO for many, many, many years, up until 2002. So thanks to Mr. Ramsey for sending that in to us. Last comment I have is my usual. If there's anyone in the audience that'd like to make public comments, please sign the register at the back of the room, and we'll take that up after our regular session. Mayor?
Great, thank you, Mr. Meisel. Our first item is approval of minutes for regular meeting January 21st, 2025, and our special work session strategic goal planning for January 30th, 2025. Is there any discussion at this time?
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Is there any discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-28.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Devon Souza to the position of Communications Dispatcher 1 in the Police Department.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Meisel.
I'd like to ask Lori Gray, our HR manager, to come up and make this recommendation. Lori?
Good evening. I'm here to recommend for appointment to the position of Communications Dispatcher 1, Devon Souza. Devon is here with us this evening. I'll have her stand up. She has a bachelor's degree in English from the University of Wyoming. Her most recent positions were Vice President of Charitable Operations at Bill Spouses Club and Vice President of Welfare at Hickman Officer Spouses Club and a Key Spouse Mentor. We're excited to add her to our dispatcher staff, and so if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Lori. Ms. Devonna, hello, how are you? Hello. And I think you have a special guest with you tonight. Would you like to introduce them?
I do. I have my husband of 27 years, Andy Souza. He's your He is in our Public Works Department, and I'd also like to give a shout out to my mom who is watching remote. So hi, Mom, and thank you for the information technology people who keep this meeting each week online so we can all watch it.
Well, we welcome you to the team. And first, since I've been mayor, we have had a sucking chest wound. We've been sometimes 9, 8, or more dispatchers. The gap has been significant, and we've been working hard, and I know the chief's been working hard to fill that gap with recruitment and pay, and I will just say a shout out to those that are interested in law enforcement. This is a great start and a great way, and we welcome and congratulate you, and welcome to this team. And I'm here in a second. Commissioners? All right. Let's make it official. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown. Alcott.
Yes, congratulations, Devon. Municipal order number 2025-29.
Municipal order authorizing a contract through non-competitive negotiations with Magellan Healthcare, Inc. For professional services for an employee assistance program in an amount not to exceed $64,630.44.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Bailey, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Meisel.
Before I introduce this item here, I'd like to back up and wish congratulations to Bonnie Abney, who retired at Police Department. I apologize for missing that, but we wish Bonnie well in her retirement, and thank her for all of her years of service to the Bowling Green Police Department and our community. So congratulations to Bonnie. Now, I would like to introduce to you Kirsten Homer, our benefits coordinator. Kirsten, if you will come up and discuss or talk about our new contract before us with Magellan Healthcare for EAP. Kirsten.
This is a request to approval to accept a professional services agreement with Magellan Healthcare, Inc. for the administration of the city's employee assistance program effective March 1st, 2025. This contract was obtained with the assistance of the city's benefits consulting firm, Assured Partners, in response to employee concern of quality of service from the current provider. Potential vendors were sourced through Assured Partners, interviewed, and given the opportunity to provide demonstrations on their available services. Magellan was chosen based on the quality and uniqueness of their services and their alignment with the city's goals and objectives for the Employee Assistance Program. The term of this agreement will be for 3 years, extending from March 1st, 2025 through February 29th, 2028. The city utilizes an employee assistance program to provide confidential, professional, short-term counseling, referral, and follow-up to city employees and their household members. The EAP is designed to help employees and/or household members to deal with problems before they become unmanageable. It can provide help in a variety of areas, including depression, grief, loss, relationship problems, alcohol and drug-related issues, financial pressures, family problems, parenting concerns, stress, and anxiety. Magellan Healthcare is offering to provide the City of Bowling Green's Employee Assistance Program at $2.49 per employee per month, with an employee count of 721 for a total of $21,543.48 a year, billed monthly. The total cost for the 3-year term of this contract will be $64,630.44. Magellan provides 8 sessions per person per year, which is the same as our previous provider. They offer access to robust digital support, self-paced mental health training classes, or recorded wellness training seminars, and virtual therapy through BetterHelp. Magellan is one of the only healthcare companies offering an early alert system that identifies individuals who are at risk of suicide and connects them to care. They also have unique solutions for children and teenagers, including tools and education modules designed specifically for helping with anxiety for key age groups. Also offered are additional work-life services such as legal consultation, identity theft resolution, financial well-being coaching, and qualified referrals for child and elder care. Just let me know if you have any questions.
Great, Kirsten. Thank you very much. And welcome to the podium. We might have a question for you. Don't go too far. I'm just testing you. Commissioners, do you have questions? Okay. And taking care of our employees is vital and critical. I'm glad to see we're continuing this effort for the next 3 years and more. And we thank you for your effort and put into making sure we're getting a good contract and good service for all of our employees. Thank you.
I'd like to also recognize Kirsten for our wellness program. She's really done some good stuff for us for wellness for city employees, and appreciate that work too, Kirsten.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-30.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting a proposal from Sewell and Sewell Architects PLLC related to a request for qualifications for engineering and design services for tornado safe rooms and community center, bid number 2025-26, in an amount not to exceed $207,500.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Meisel.
So with our grant money in hand for the Lambkin Park and Hobson Grove tornado shelters, we went out for an RFQ to find a design firm architect to draw up the plans. We got 6 proposals, and NCS and Parks and Rec staff got together, evaluated those, and are recommending Sewell and Sewell Architects to do this work in the amount of $207,500. Brent Belcher is here, as well as Brent Childers and Nick and others. Cameron in the back may be involved with this, but can answer questions on these projects. But we are looking at, with this project at Lambkin, we are also looking at designing a community center in Lambkin Park that would go in conjunction with that storm shelter. So Belcher can answer questions on that piece.
Exciting continuation of this effort that is, a lot of work has gone unknown, but Nick, thank you very much for your continued fortitude on this, and also expanding it beyond just the box. We like that thought process of trying to get more bang for our buck for our citizens. So thank you.
I'm going to say likewise. Also, just we needed something there, especially after the tornadoes, but expanding it to the community center. We know during the summer times, and I don't know if this is what it's going to be used for, but there's a lot of senior citizens that are out there. So, you know, if those community centers are going to be there to kind of help them out, and I don't know if either one of you can speak to that, what exactly that community center will be once it's built.
Brent?
Mayor, Commissioners, Brent Belger, glad to be here tonight. Well, I guess part of it be in the design, right? The devil will be in the details on what the actual finished product would be on the building, but the ability to serve everyone from young to old will be our goal, I'll put it that way. Once you have a community center, ultimately we want people using that center, so that'll be from dusk to dawn, whatever we can do to fill that center is what we'll attempt to do.
I know it's for young to old, but one of the things that I always kept hearing about, especially from our elderly populations, having actually more community centers, because they were saying it's something that we needed. So having that, I'm excited for us to have something like that expanded, especially in that area.
Also, just want to say thank you. I know you all were at the high school, Bowling Green High School last week, and both my kids reported to me that Lampkin Park was the hot ticket, where everybody wanted amenities at Lampkin Park.
It was the hot
And you
ticket.
are so quickly responding to the needs of our young citizens,
Yeah.
and so I know they'll be excited to hear that we're bringing more things to Lampkin Park. And just want to also just add my excitement for getting these much needed tornado safe rooms in our community, and just every step of the way we get closer, it's going to help our community feel safe. So thank you all so much. I'm excited about it.
I was excited too to see the Lampkin Park results. That was awesome for us to see.
Okay, thank you, Brent. Nick, thank you, Commissioners. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-31.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of an application to the U.S. Department of Transportation, better utilizing investments to leverage development program funds in an amount up to $2,200,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
So I'll take a stab at explaining this, and I'll have Nick and Brent back me up. But there was some time ago a program called RAISE, a RAISE grant, and we went after that, applied for it to do some design work over there on University Boulevard, Russellville Road, Morgantown Road, to mitigate some traffic and help with pedestrian safety. We got a good score on that application. They even marked it as highly recommended, but we were not ultimately funded for that. But now they have renamed RAISE to, they call it BUILD. And BUILD stands for Better Utilizing Investments to Leverage Development Grant Program, BUILD Grant Program. And so we would like to reapply for this, for the BUILD grant, basically for the same project over there, and it's for $2.2 million. It would include addition of roundabouts at two of the key intersections, the three-way there at Russellville Road and Morgantown Road, and then the Spaghetti Junction there at University, Creason, Russellville Road, where all that comes together, Big Red Way. And so also help with safety around the railroad underpass or overpass with bicycle and pedestrian facilities to accommodate for that. So like your permission to resubmit for this, Nick is here, can answer any questions, as well as Brent Childers, and recommend your approval.
Has mine wholeheartedly. I know that one slipped through. I know this is just design, which is incredible, but we're talking about a major junction from the campus of University to the campus of Warren Central, and the thoroughway fare to Morgantown to University Boulevard and Champions. So I'd love to see this project come through fruition one day.
Jake Moore is here as well. He worked on this as well. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you all for jumping on this. Commissioners? Okay, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown. Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-32.
Municipal order approving a donation from Kiwanis Club of Bowling Green through a Better BGKY Inc. for the Parks and Recreation Department Adaptive Recreation Initiatives and Programs.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Mizel.
We touched on this just a couple of meetings ago, but we did not officially have the funds going to the right entity. We've got that worked out. It was a technicality. But anyway, we want to thank Kiwanis Club. They have started dedicating their fundraising to the Adaptive Sports Recreation Division program at Parks with all the funds they raised with their cornhole tournament and other things they do throughout the year. But first year they raised $6,700 and gave that to us, and then years 2 and 3 they have raised over $12,000, and so we are receiving $12,556 that will be received by the Better BGKY Inc., our 501c3, and we would like for you all to approve that tonight. And Cameron is here with us, Brent Belcher is here with us if you have any questions about use of these funds or programming, any of that sort of thing, but definitely recommend your approval of accepting this donation from our fine Kiwanis group.
Thank you, Mr. Mizel. Commissioners?
I just want to thank the Kiwanis Club. They're always doing so many amazing things in our community. And if you ever had a chance to be at an adaptive recreation event here in Bowling Green, it smiles all around. It's the best time ever. And just to see how much joy it brings our community, I'm just grateful for this partnership and this newly created foundation. Just making more of these things happen is really exciting for our community.
I'm gonna say likewise. We heard, the young lady talked about we needed more services, and I think, Cameron, you've always tried to offer those services to make sure that everybody, no child is left out, and they can have fun. So to have this, and thank you to Kiwanis Club, because what it's doing is giving every child the ability just to be a child and have fun. And I look at it as the wheelchair basketball, the wheelchair tennis, the other thing, the golf scramble that you guys have. I know that brings probably a smile on every child's face that when they go out there and they're just able to go out there and play. So I thank all of you guys, and I thank you as well, Cameron.
Thank you, Commissioners. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown. Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-33.
Municipal order authorizing an amendment to the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky Capital Improvement Program for fiscal years 2024-2025 through 2027-2028.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Hill. Mr. Mizel.
As you all know, we try to keep a 3-year capital improvement program kind of on a radar, and so we kind of touched on that and went over it last week at the planning session. We were together, but we like to keep it up to date. So whenever we have changes, big purchases that we have to make, emergency purchases, we want to go back in and keep it up to date. So Katie and her staff, Megan Van Meter, have worked on an amendment to our CIP, and in your packets you have a really well done memo highlighting the changes with the additions of City Hall boiler replacement we had to do for this building, the stormwater rehabilitation that we're working on, and then all of the just updates on the status of various projects that we showed you last week. So Katie can add to this and answer any questions you might have on this, but just kind of like a budget amendment, we like to update the CIP, keep it up to date.
Thank you, Mr. Mizel. It's very important that we maintain our city, our investments, our capital improvement, and I'm proud of all of our city employees participating in this, and also all of our division chiefs. They've been doing an incredible job of really envisioning our future of our city and where we're going the next 25 years, as we're talking about soccer fields for Lampkin Park, and we're talking about quality of life for all of our citizens, and that's really what we're about, whether we're in police, fire, or we're in administrative or public works or neighborhood community services, our parks and recreation. Everything we do is quality of life for our citizens. So appreciate this. Thank you. Okay, Commissioners, no further comments, questions? Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown. Alcott.
Yes. Resolution number 2025-1.
Resolution opposing any bills brought forth during the 2025 Kentucky General Assembly session by any member of the Kentucky Legislature in full or in part that provide for the mandated centralized collection of local occupational fees or taxes by the Commonwealth of Kentucky or other third parties.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Mizel.
So a week or so ago, we got word from KLC that there would be a bill filed attempting to centralize our collections of our occupational tax. Katie is on that board, Sue is on that board, Ashley is on that board, and so we are well represented, thanks to them. But J.D. Cheney, Executive Director of KLC, put out the news on this, and this was very alarming to me. This is an attempt to centralize collections at the state level of a local occupational tax revenue, which is 71% of our general fund revenues in our budget. It's our lifeblood. And I sent you, tried to summarize this the best way I could in the email that I sent to you all last week, but I can't emphasize how critical this is and how devastating this would be if this House bill, which is House Bill 253, filed today with the reopening of the session, if it were to get legs and somehow get through the General Assembly, would be devastating. I gave you a couple examples in the email that I sent you. This has been done before, and our experience with it before, we lost $150,000 a year annually. This would be even more devastating. This is $74.2 million in the FY24 CAFR, if you look it up. So 71% of our general fund budget, we need to send a message to Frankfort that we want to keep home rule alive and strong, and local cities and counties should have the authority and jurisdiction and rights to collect their own local occupational tax. So would encourage your approval of this resolution tonight. We would send it on. Ashley will send it on to KLC and to our legislators, and proceed with that. Katie, do you have anything to add? Okay. This is important. It's a big
so we're understanding this unites our fronts.
Yes.
If we pass this, and what it states is that we do not want the state to take over our local funds, our bank accounts, or have direct deposits to the state and hold up, nor have control over our funds, nor charge us the amounts that our taxes are already being paid, to the state. They're already being paid to local sales tax, and now they could tax our tax. And our front is to reduce tax to our citizens and to increase efficiency to our city and for our services and our billies, our signees, and all of our leasees, and everyone that we pay. So to me, this is important, but it's also important that we continue to talk to our legislators, our Senate, our House of Representatives, our representatives for the state, and understand. And I was able to talk to one of the senators already and let him know that we were against this, and he agreed that home rule was important for us to have. Commissioners?
There are a lot of other cities that are passing this resolution. We're hearing it every day, so we would be hopefully among many.
During the last board meeting, of course, this was brought up, and I think Katie and Ashley were on that call, but it was 100% in opposition of this, and it was said, we need to do a resolution preventing this from happening. I don't see it having legs, but you never know. Frankfurt, some strange things can happen.
Appreciate, Jeff, you bringing this to our attention, letting us know about it, and I'm thankful we're being proactive on showing our opposition to this. So thank you very much.
I also just want to thank you for helping us all being unified and supporting the fact that local dollars should stay local. And I mean, just think there's so many examples even tonight about how well our city employees take care of our community, and it's because they live here. It's their neighborhoods too, it's their parks, and just the incredible ways that the city of Bowling Green, it's been one of the greatest pleasures of getting to know all the employees and what they're doing inside and out to take care of this city in such an efficient way. When I think about when the tornado hit and our public works was able, stayed up all night, multiple nights, to figure out how we could quickly take care of our community. And I can't imagine if we had to go through a bureaucracy of trying to get access to our funds and not be able to respond as quickly as we did to take care of our community in that moment. Or with the sinkhole on Single Tree Way, being able to immediately have the funds we needed to take care of that for the community. And we can just give so many examples over and over again, what this local government means to be here and for us to be able to respond to our citizens and take care of each other. And so I do hope that this thing that we have built that is so beautiful, we're able to continue to love and serve our community and be able to do that as with the efficiency and the response time that they deserve.
And it's likewise. I think it goes back to what you're talking about, the home rule, the services that we're offering. Some of those services that we're offering, if we didn't have home rule, we would have to lose some of those services possibly. I think you said the last time that this occurred, it was over 150,000. So imagine what that 150,000 that we just spent the last budget years that we will have to cut. Those are services to this community. So I believe that home rule is important because we want to make sure, like as the mayor said, it goes to the police, the fire, the streets, public works. It goes to we hear about the karst topography all the time, and we're singing a sinkhole after sinkhole. If we don't have that money to kind of help out our citizens, it would hurt us because we know it'd be prioritized in Frankfurt as opposed to basically being here locally where the local issues are occurring at. So it's important that we keep this home rule. So thank you, guys.
Okay, no further discussion. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-34.
Municipal order approving and authorizing out-of-town travel expenses for Mayor Todd Alcott to attend the Kentucky League of City Officials Academy in Lexington, Kentucky.
So moved.
Second.
Unanimously, this is moved by Carlos, second by Commissioner Perigin. This was able for me to attend the official City Officials Academy in Lexington. There was an opening Katie was going to attend, and she asked me if I could attend in lieu of, and I graciously volunteered. However, 4 years ago, when I was able to go through this academy, and I think Carlos was there with me, it was by virtual. And it was terrible, and it was bad comms, and it was very short, and I didn't learn a lot. And this was incredible, 2.5 days, and I've got some accreditation coming as well. And so I was excited, and then I learned about things about this new tax and Unite Our Fronts, and we were able to talk to many mayors, and my resume grew tremendously. So thank you for this opportunity to attend, and look forward to more opportunities. Any further discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2025-1, second reading, binding.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 15, Business and General Regulations, to add Subchapter 15-9, Medicinal Cannabis Businesses of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Is there any further discussion on this ordinance? None. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown. Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-35.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of an application and acceptance of grant funds from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Highway Contingency Fund in the amount of $100,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Hill. Mr. Meisel.
So, as you all probably have heard, we've had a couple of little sinkholes over on Single Tree Way, and we've been working on those, and Nick,
Yeah,
you want to come up and give us an update on where we're at with
Matt.
those, and then I'll finish up with the funding.
Absolutely. So we are currently pretty close to completion on the Singletree sinkhole repair at hand. The guys were putting back the stormwater infrastructure that we need to be able to drain road runoff and the runoff from the residential areas that are coming to that over the past couple days. Hopefully, we're going to be able to finish backfill tomorrow before it starts raining on us. But the total expenditure for that, after we got some estimates done, was going to be more than what we have left in the account. It's one of those things we have to do it, and we need to figure out a way to fund it. Nick Cook and Jake Moore found last fall a potential funding source through the KYTC for essentially emergency road repairs. And we brought it back to the surface to see if potentially this could be something that we could utilize it for. And after some discussion, we decided to submit the application. Got an estimate from Scott and Ritter to essentially figure out what it's going to take to close this project out in excess of what we have left in the account. And so that would be the amount that you guys see there in front of you.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you for, and Jake, for Matt, for opening up this aperture to get other people's money to help solve our problems. If it works out, then golden to you for trying effort, and golden if it happens. And Nick and team, and just want to say the work you're accomplishing through the contractor and the sinkhole mitigation, it looks impressive. It looks like it's going to hold up within our lifetime or more, and think it could be a win-win. Great job.
That's the goal, sir.
So Nick, can you explain what we ultimately did with the first one, and then we had the second one, and we thought there could be a chance it could be connected, so we made sure in between, which is the road. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yes, sir, I can.
Put people at ease.
We had obviously a large sinkhole repair over there last fall as well, and in a very strange case, there are two essentially holes in the bedrock that water's going down into. One happens to be on either side of Singletree Way. What we did this time around, instead of just repairing the sinkhole at hand and kind of having two repairs that kind of touch each other at the very top, the way these things are shaped, they're kind of conical, where they're widest at the top and they get smaller as they come down to that hole in the bedrock near the bottom. So we would have ended up with almost a wedge of undisturbed soil sitting on top of potentially unstable conditions beneath the roadway. And out of an abundance of caution, we decided to excavate that out, backfill it with rock, and basically create a single solid repair of quarried stone beneath the roadway, beneath both sides of the roadway, under our drainage infrastructure to maximize our stability and attempt to mitigate any future collapses.
But got a chance to go over there and look at that, but ooh, it's incredible.
Cole.
We were down to half of a lane, half of the street anyway, and we're like, what's below this half of the street? Let's just go ahead and make sure we were almost there anyway. So I thought it was a good call, and thank you for doing that.
I won't claim the credit for it. Matt and Andy had wanted the warm fuzzy feeling on being able to have a full solid repair all the way under, so we went ahead and charged forward with it.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, all. Questions? Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next scheduled meeting will be February 18th, 2025. Mrs. Jackson is checking to see if we have any comments. I'll ask if he's here.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, if we have any citizens, okay, we had a sign in, we believe they left. Mr. Crabtree, okay, he's not here at this moment. And we are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.